So yes, we can't go into much detail because you're dealing with an investigation with a minor that was the victim. But yes, we had a case where a parental figure, there was a 17-year-old who had run away in the past. This parental figure, as you can probably guess, has some anger issues that was described to us. And so to prevent this 17-year-old from running away again, chained him up to a boxing bag. The boxing bag was approximately 150 pounds. We were told it was intermittent. It was not every day he was chained up the whole time. It was when the father left the house and then would come back, he would chain up the 17-year-old to prevent him from running away. But the bag was something that if the 17-year-old had lifted over his shoulder, he could have walked down the street. But as you can imagine, somebody is not going to get too far carrying a 150-pound bag chained to them going down the street. And so I get it. This is very strange. It's unusual. There are some parents out there that are probably like, you know, I have to deal with unruly teenagers. You know, I can understand, but at the same time, you really can't. This child, there was a fear. There was, you know, the fact that, you know, to have a parent treat him like this, a parental figure treat him like that. And so what this 17-year-old did was actually hit an alarm inside the house that called for emergency services and then stated that they were chained up to this bag. So there was nobody else in the house at the time, I'm told. It was the 17-year-old and the parental figure, and so we were able to get our investigators involved and remove the 17-year-old from the house.
Was he using the punching bag on the teen as a punching bag, or was he just chaining the kid to the bag?
It's my understanding he had been beat before.
Yeah, okay. Through the investigation, there was abuse in the house before. The 17-year-old had been abused before, and so he used the bag as a instrument to just keep him in the location. From the parental standpoint, the parent was probably thinking to themselves, what can I do to make sure this child doesn't run away again? But the other side is, it's common sense. You know, it's clearly this person had anger issues. Nobody should be treated like that. And no matter how rough the situation is, you know, just think about, for that 17-year-old, what kind of role model that's going to be, and what this 17-year-old hopefully gets on the right path and will get out of that environment.
What kind of time period are we talking about that he was chained to the bag?
My understanding, it may have been from like Sunday night until Tuesday when the call actually came in. But again, not continuous, not 24 hours a day.
Did the child have access to food, water, bathroom?
That's my understanding, he did.
So this week would be the first time he would do that, or has he done this in the past? Do we know that?
I'm not sure 100% on that one.
Other than the, egregious attempt to chain the child to the bag, can you describe living conditions in the home?
I wasn't in the home. My understanding was that it had food, water, a typical house, but the frustration from the parent to the child obviously was brought out during this investigation.
Did the mechanism prevent the child from leaving the room that the child was in?
My understanding that no.
And when and how did we arrested the parental figure, the suspect?
Yes.
Who reported it?
No.
How did you find out about it?
Yes.
Oh, I think as the sheriff said, there's a alarm system in the house, and it went to the panel where the alarm system was, which then triggered to a service asking what's going on in your house, and that's how we got the call.
So the teen set off the alarm?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And if you would, sir, you say and spell your first and last four, please.
First name is Steve, S-T-E-V-E. Last name Frick, F-R-I-C-K.
Thanks, sir.
What's the right way to handle this kind of situation?
Don't chain your child or the person you have guardian over to a bag. I mean, be a parent from early on. I mean, it's tough. Any parent will tell you it's tough. And there's going to be parents out there that are going to say, I've been that frustrated, I want to do that. Or they're going to threaten their kids at home and say, I'm going to do that to you. And so we all deal with that frustration, but at the same time, it's illegal, it's immoral, and it's unethical. So we all get the frustration, but at the same time, is you just, from early on, you have to be that parental figure, you have to be a guardian, and you have to show the way. And if showing the way is tying somebody up to a bag so they can't escape, that's not going to work out very well in the end.
Did
Yes, sir.
the father try to call get help at all? Or, I'm sorry, the parental figure try to call to get help? Any avenue to do something about it?
No, there's nothing in our, I mean, we'll go back and review to make sure, but there's nothing in our records to show that the parental figure did anything to, you know, say, hey, I'm having a problem with my child. We understand that there's another parental figure that lives out of state, and that's where he had gone to in that runaway situation. He was brought back into Florida, into Pasco County, and that is the time when the father or the parental figure decided they were going to do use this type of behavior modification to ensure that, you know, while the parental figure was outside the house in his home in Land O'Lakes, that the child would make it harder on him or her to escape the situation and go back to out of the state
Where's the child now?
in protective custody.
Did the suspect seem to understand that perhaps he had done something wrong in your conversations with him?
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would suspect he may know now that I'm going to the jail. And he, yeah.
His title?
Lieutenant.
His title?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you all very much.
You don't happen to know anything about the assistant principal that was arrested, do you?
It was part of a federal investigation, and so we were just notified as the federal agents had gone to the location. That's when the sheriff's office was notified about this investigation. So, all right, thank you.